Hi guys, I go by the name EnnyGeleCraft and you are welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for all your comments, all your likes. I'm really grateful, I really appreciate. And on today's episode, I will be teaching you guys how to tie the above unconventional style of gele. Come with me. Alright guys, welcome. So let's get started. So before we start tying, we need to get our measurements right and understand our material. So the material we're going to be using today is ashoke, and it's a very thick one actually. Okay, so now basic three measurements we have. Three lengths of gele. As when it comes to the length of gele, we have 2 yards, we have 2/4, and we have 2.5. But this material here with me is, I don't know. Let's measure. All right, so I place it on my waist. So whenever my gele measures from my waist and it touches my ankle, and this is going, longer than my ankle, and even our gele is like this, then it's 2 yards. This is if it were supposed to be a 2-yard material, sorry, it's supposed to measure from your waist and it's supposed to touch your ankle. So now this is not 2 yards material. So let's see again. Okay, this gele is really long. Alright, let's see if it's 2/4. See, it's not 2/4. I have to fold it before I can actually get it to 2/4. And so what is 2/4 length? So 2/4 is when it measures from your waist and the tip of the gele is touching the floor. And that's what we are most likely this stuff, nothing like most likely, but most ashoke vendors call 90 inches. 2/4 is equivalent to 90 inches when it comes to measurement. And so let's see, this gele is longer than 2/4. Alright, so 2.5. This gele is actually 2.5. So we have our gele measurements. Now why is it 2.5? Because it measures from my waist and it is actually dragging on the floor. Alright, so let's get started with our measurements. Okay, so how do I get, now that I know the length of my fabric, how do I get to measure for the style I want to tie? So we're going to be doing an unconventional style. The unconventional style is going to be having one-sided fan and one-sided round. Alright, so how do we start our measurements? So basically we know that when we stretch out our material like this, our material is actually 100%, and when we fold into two, our material is actually 50-50. And so our measurements for this particular style is 45-55. So how do we get 45-55? Remember, this is your point 50. When you fold your gele into 2 halves, you have your point 50 on the how will I put it, in the folding where it folds. This is your point 50. So equivalently, this is 50 on my left and this is 50 on my right, and so we're working on the one on our left. So how do we get started? So I hold my 50 like this, then I open up and I place the left part on my left leg, and so this is my 50, this is point 50. So 45-55, how do we get 45-55? It's simple. What you need to do is use your middle finger and your index finger to measure. How do we do that? I simply open up like this and I place on my fabric. So whenever I open up like this, I assume this to be my tape rule, and this is 5 centimeter. And so when I add 5 to 50, it makes it 55. And on this other hand, that means we're having 45 remaining. So this point now is now 45-55, which is our measurement. So what do? I do not hold here and here. What I do now is, this is 45-55, then I add another 5 to it, which makes my 45-55 to be in the middle. Now let's forget about the measurement. All you need to do, fold your gele into 2 halves, open up, then take 1, 2. Then you take in your 2 inches. That's all. Okay. Alright, so in order to make our base plates, now we want to work on our base plates. So I'm having 4 joinings of gele. It's not obvious because this is a plain gele. Is not sequential. The sequential one is the one you have the joining 1, 2, 3, 4, but this is just a plain one. And so I pick 6 pleats 6 or 7 pleats. So let's go. See, yeah. Now I think I have 7 pleats, approximately. So let's get started. Alright, so now I base my gele. Can you see? Now my pleats are intact, and all I need to do is actually follow my pleats to the ear, to the part over here, so she can hold for me. Alright, so she's holding that side now for me, so I want to make sure I follow my pleating to this other side and also do the same thing. Alright. Now you can see how neat my pleats are, and I make sure it's sitting on the airline. So whenever you're basing your gele, make sure your gele is sitting on top of the airline or a little bit in front of the airline, because if she's wearing a makeup, you might want to shift to the back after you're done doing the foundational base of the gele. So it's done. Alright, so I fold up like this. Same thing here. So now my shorter hand will always go above my longer hand, so I collect my pleats on each side. So do this one too. Alright, so going above. Alright, so make sure you grab them very well. At least firm, very firm in your hand. Alright, so this down, yeah. Okay, here we are. So now I'm done exchanging the hand at the back. So don't forget to pull a little here so that you can have it firm on this side. So now we're gonna be starting with the longer hand, which is the fan, the first fan, then the round comes on this side. So how do we do that? We want to pick our fans now. So I open up. Alright, so you take in 2 inches and you pick your pleats, you pick 4 pleats. Now you base behind the last pleats. Alright, can you see? Okay, so now you want to make sure you pick your pleats well, because sometimes it can be really. Let's do that. You pick, have you started? So let's pick our pleats now. Now because we're tying a fan, you should pick more than 4 pleats, so it's gonna be easier for you to actually start picking your fan when you place your pleats. So I've picked more than 4. On a normal time it's supposed to be 4, but you should pick more than 4. And you arrange after you pick. So let's arrange. Alright, can you see? So now what we have left, okay, let me count the pleats I picked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8. because I'm having a 4 joinings of Gele, which is 4 away the Yoruba language. Alright, so let's keep going. So I've picked my first fan. This is my first fan. So I pick another one. So I keep going. I pick another one. Just make sure you're picking. So you keep going. Alright, so I pick another one. Okay, so another one. It's not needed, so it's too much. Yeah. So I'm still going. I pick fan, then I move an inch forward. I move an inch forward. That's the way I do. Okay. So like that. Keep going. Another one. So keep going like that. Make sure you're picking your fan, don't rush. Just gradually. Alright. So like I said one-sided fan, one-sided round, which is the round is gonna be coming this way. So since the round is gonna be coming this way, then I need to start making the fan smaller so I can actually have where to make the round.
And
You continue, keep picking your fan, keep going. Now I'm making my fan smaller and it's going in a slant form. So you need to be able to press down, because if you're not holding very well, it can get off your hand. It's gonna be too much if you're not holding well. So just go back. Alright, so I've picked all my fans. Okay. Now this is where we are now. Okay, yeah. So I've not used any pin, so most of my fan, when I tie fan, I don't like to use too much pins because it's not so good to use too much pin. Let me just put it that way. So we're still gonna use pin, but now we need to twist. So let's twist. So I'm gonna start picking from base because I want to twist. I want to twist it forward. I'm going to pick, and I'm holding this base frame so that when I flip it, it doesn't just go off like that. So we still have. Okay, do this one. Do this one. Bring your arm to the back. Come on. Yeah, just hold that.
sorry.
Press it.
Now you see I've twisted, but we're still going to do something yet. But before we do that, I need to secure it at the back first. So before I do that too, I need to pin some parts. Just few parts. Just push the pin down. Just to make sure that they don't go. Push the pin down. Okay, that's enough. Alright, so she's holding it. So what am I going to do with this? I'm just going to pin. For this style of gele, you don't need to tie. All you need to work with is pinning. So just pinch the edge of your fabric and swing in, then push in straight. Just like a pin. So there you go. Pinch and push in straight. Alright, so I've secured one. There, you can leave that. Now so it's going. Make sure I take it all the way. I'm going to pin. Same way with pin, you can take my other videos if you don't really know how to pin. Just check my recent videos. I taught how to pin on my recent videos. So just pin. You can make use of more than one pin. Just make sure you pin and it's staying the way you left it. So just let's do one more. Okay. Alright, so we are done pinning. So nothing can actually happen to our fan part of the gele. It's fixed. So now we need to move on to the next side, which is the round, making the round piece. So join the fan. But before then, I'm gonna pull this one because I want to make space out. Okay, so let's get that. So how do you start to pick your round piece? So simple. So let's just go straight to this one. So what you do, this is our second hand, and this is what we are going to use to actually make the second half of the gele, which makes this part. So how do we get that? Now our pieces are aligned. We still have some set of pieces we can actually follow and make them meet. So I pick them. After I pick them, then I start adding to them. I don't base on the hair before I start making my piece. You know, it's gonna be more stress for me. So the easier way to do, just make sure you put everything on this base before you actually take it to the top. So let's go. Okay. So my pieces are well. Okay, so I just need to make sure. See the way I'm doing it gradually. So by the time I want to put it, it's just going to stay. I will not need to do much work. So conveniently, I'll just do what I have to do. Okay, so just come back. So we've done enough correctly, so now we need to take it on top. So how do we do that? Simply just raise it up. Okay, so keep going. I can see our round part is starting to come out, so all you need to do is just make sure you arrange well. Okay. So once you're done, alright, so this is the back view. And see, I didn't do anything special. I was just following my piece. So I got to this point. Okay. So once you get here, now all you need to do is twist also. You're going to twist. You're twisting forward. So just like this. Forward. Okay, so also going to be pinning. So it's going to go off. So the pinning method is very effective once you know how to pin correctly. You won't have issue with your gele going out wrong. Not staying. So let's just pin. So pin. Okay, can you see? So also here, you pin. Alright, so let's come back to the front. Okay, now it is almost ready, but we are not done setting everything, so let's give it to the front. So again, we just arrange everything. Okay, so I can remove my pin. I don't need them for it. I remove my pin, so my piece can actually have a balanced look. Okay, so one last thing we need to do is make this one. I want to make the bow, something like a bow complement. So case you don't want this sharp edge to be showing, because it also makes, when you tie fan gele and this sharp edges are not showing, it makes it finer. So just, you need to fold and do anyhow. So make sure you pin some of the folding. And just do it twice. Okay.
Okay, so this is our final look of our unconventional style of gele. So we're having the round, the round here, and we're having the fan on this side. So I hope you guys like it. Please don't hesitate to practice, and also you can also send me pictures. Use the WhatsApp link and send me a message on WhatsApp and stuff. So I hope you love it. So one more thing, one more spice that makes the whole thing. Let's go. So what you need to do, the last thing you need to do now is push. You need to push up so you can sit properly on the head and you can see our edges. Make sure just pull up. Okay, now so just make adjustment and squeeze out.
Hi guys, hope you like this Canadian length one or two things. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and so you can get more tutorials.
Okay.